Okay, good morning, students. So let us start with another session. So here we're going to solve the problems. Okay. So in the yesterday previous class, okay. So you have seen how the moment of inertia will be calculated. Now let us see in that equation, that is a cracking moment IR will be calculated. Okay, so the moment of inertia of the cracked section IR is found by assuming linear stress strain diagram as explained below. Now let us draw stress strain diagram. Now this is the cross section of the beam. This will be width of the beam. Capital D will be the total depth and small d will be the effective depth. This is area of steel, and this you can write it as x, that is neutral axis depth from the top. Okay, now this is a variation of the strain diagram. So as the stress increases, strain also increases. So there is a linear relationship between stress and strain in concrete and steel. Now this is again a variation of the stress. This is a strain, this is stress, and we already seen that this will be in the form of triangle, this concrete. Okay, so we have seen this is a total compressive force in this concrete. There are two zones. This is concrete zone and this will be the tensile zone. Okay, so there will be total compressive force in this concrete, so that will be C. Okay, and this is total tensile force, that will be T. Okay, so so the total C will be what? Okay, this is especially if you consider this triangle, the centroid of the triangle will be what? This triangle, if you consider the centroid of the triangle will be, this is 1/3. Okay, so make this correction. So if you consider this triangle and this is the total compressive force C, right? The centroid from the top is, suppose if it is x, okay, from here it is 1/3 x, from here it is 2/3 x. Okay, so make this correction, or this is 1/3 of x, or x you can write, this is x, so this distance will be 1/3 of x. So again now transform section, if you draw, this is a concrete, right, and this area of concrete will be B into x. Okay, and this is a steel, this is AST, M into AST will be the total area, and if it is x, then this will be how much? D minus x, because this is small d. D minus this x will be the distance of this neutral axis from the area of steel. Okay, from this we're going to generate some equations. Okay, so consider figure D. So now consider this figure D. Okay, equating moment of areas. So area, okay, multiply by the perpendicular distance from the neutral axis to the centroid. Okay, equating moment of area of transform section about neutral axis we get. So what is the area? B into x. Okay, B into x, this area of this concrete, and what is the centroid from this neutral axis? It is rectangle, means x by 2. So B into x by 2. Okay, here B into x by 2, that is equated to moment of this area. Area will be m into ast, and perpendicular distance between this area and neutral axis is d minus x. Okay, so B into x by 2, that is equal to m into ast into d minus x. So write this equation 1. So where x is what? X is the neutral axis depth, distance of neutral axis from top, from here, okay, from the top of the beam. So m is short term deflection. So this m modular ratio, it is short term modular ratio, sorry, m is short term modular ratio, that is m will be calculated as ES by EC. What is ES? Young's modulus of steel divided by Young's modulus of concrete. Okay, now we have calculated this x, m. Okay, now the moment of inertia of the cracked section, now this IR will be calculated. So moment of inertia of cracked section is found by taking moment of area of transformed section about the neutral axis. Now consider this. Now again there will be two forces, one will be C and one will be T. So C will be acting at a distance 1/3 of this, or from this it is how much, from neutral axis how much, it is 2/3, from 1/3 of x, from this it is 2/3 of x, and this T will be acting at, from the neutral axis how much, this is how much, this will be d minus x. Now see, so cracked section IR, moment of inertia of the cracked section is equal to, area will be how much, b into x square by 2. What is the area of this? What is the area of this? Already we have calculated. B into x square by 2 multiplied by this, how much, this perpendicular distance from this neutral axis, it is 2/3 of x. Moment again we are taking. So b into x square by 2 into 2/3 of x plus m into ast. This is m into ast into this perpendicular distance is d minus x. Okay, m into ast d minus x, already it is this equation, m into ast d minus x multiply by this d minus x. Here I have shown. Okay, so this is from here it is 2/3 and from this to neutral axis is d minus x. So bx square by 2 into this will be 2/3 of x plus m into ast. Okay, already I found m into ast into this distance is d minus x. So finally we'll get this x 2 get cancelled, bx cube by 3 plus m ast d minus x square. Okay, this equation 2. So remember this equation, this formula. So this formula will give what? Moment of inertia of cracked section. IR will be calculated, okay, using bx cube by 3 plus m ast into d minus x square, where b is width of beam, x is the neutral axis depth, m is the modular ratio, that is Young's modulus of steel divided by Young's modulus of concrete, ast is the area of steel, d is the effective depth. Okay, so from this IR will be calculated. Now let us take a problem and try to find out the deflection. Now see, this problem we are going to solve to find out deflection of singly reinforced beam, only singly reinforced beam, how the total deflection will be calculated. So total deflection means what? Total deflection will be, it is the addition of short term deflection plus long term deflection. So here in this problem we will going to find only short term deflection. So the problem is like this: a rectangular simply supported beam of span 5 meter is 300 mm into 650 mm in cross section, and it is reinforced with 3 bars of 20 mm on tension side at an effective cover of 50 mm. Determine the short term deflection. Let's see, this is short term deflection due to an imposed working load, due to imposed working load of 20 kilonewton per meter, that is live load 20 kilonewton per meter, and this 20 kilonewton per meter excluding self weight, it is not considered self weight, it is only live load. Okay, only live load is 20 kilonewton per meter. Assume grade of concrete M20 and grade of steel Fe415. Now draw the cross section, that is width of the beam capital D, then how many bars, area of steel given here, it is 3 bars of 20 mm diameter, so 3 bars of 20 mm diameter, and these bars will be placed at an effective cover of how much, 50 mm. So from center of this steel to the bottom is effective cover, this cover will be given 50 mm. So capital D is given, that is 650 minus this effective cover 50 will give small d from this top to center of this bar. So B is 300, D is 650, effective cover is 50 mm. So therefore effective depth small d is equal to capital depth capital D minus effective cover, 650 minus 50, that is 600 mm. Then length of the beam or span of the beam is given 5 meter, and see this is the beam simply supported, and this will be subjected to UDL. UDL will be what? It is live load. Imposed load means live load 20 kilonewton per meter without self weight. Now we have to calculate the self weight of the beam. Okay. So what is the area of steel? 3 bars will be there. 3 bars into pi by 4 d square, diameter square. So 3 into pi by 4, 20 square. So it is the area of steel will be 942.5 mm square. Then what is live load? Imposed working load, small w, 20 kilonewton per meter it is given, and it is mentioned that excluding self weight. So this is only live load. Now for this live load you have to add self weight, then we'll get the total UDL. Okay. Now how will calculate self weight? Self weight of the beam is equal to total area of the beam, B into capital D. Okay, B into capital D into density of RCC. So substitute in meter. So 300 mm means 0.3 meter into 0.65, 650 mm means 0.65 meter into density of RCC. So it is fixed that density of RCC will be 25 kilonewton per meter cube. So this is in kilonewton meter cube. So that's why you have substituted these two in meters. So 0.3 meter, 0.65 meter into 25. Okay, so this comes out 4.875 kilonewton per meter. This is what self weight of the beam. Self weight of the beam in the form of UDL, how much? 4.875 kilonewton per meter. Now what is the total load? So total load will be live load, okay, live load plus self weight of the beam. So add these two, 20, okay, and plus 4.875, this will be 24.875 kilonewton per meter. This is the total load. Now next we are going to calculate what is required short term deflection, maximum short term deflection. Now already we know that tables we have put in the two tables we have put in the previous class or previous session. Now see, for simply supported beam subjected to UDL throughout the span, maximum deflection, that is short term deflection, will be given by what? 5 by 384 small WL raised to 4 by EI. This will be from the table number 1, what we have seen in the previous class. Okay, so if it is a simply supported beam subjected to UDL throughout the span, then the maximum deflection, that is short term deflection, will be 5 WL raised to 4 divided by 384 EI. So in the above equation, okay, so what is E now? What is E? E will be EC, that is Young's modulus of concrete. This E will be EC, that is Young's modulus of concrete. And how we are going to find out this EC now? So EC will be 5000 into root FCK. Okay, 5000 root FCK. So this will be 22360.68 Newton per mm square. Young's modulus of concrete. So this is 22360.68 Newton per mm square. That is E. We have found out this E is equal to EC. Then what is I now? I is I effective. Effective moment of inertia of this section. Effective moment of inertia of this section. So this formula we already know that I effective is equal to IR, that is the moment of inertia of the cracked section, divided by 1.2 minus MR divided by M, Z divided by D, 1 minus X by D into BW by B. Already we have seen this in the previous class. So write this equation. So if you want to calculate this I effective, So this formula will be used, and again in this formula we have to find out IR, MR, M, Z, T and X. And this term for rectangular section, this term BW by B will be 1. Okay. So in the above equation, we'll start finding out one by one, then we'll find out I effective. What is the M? What is this M? Maximum bending moment at service load. So this is the maximum bending moment due to total UDL. Now again, if you see the second table, what you have seen in the previous class, table number 2. For simply supported beam subjected to UDL throughout the span, okay, maximum bending moment at center is given by table 2. So since it is a UDL, simply supported beam with UDL, maximum bending moment will be at the center, and this maximum bending moment will be M is equal to WL square by 8. Okay, so W is total load, L is span square divided by 8. So total bending moment will be 77.73 kilonewton meter, or 77.73 multiplied by 10 to the power of 6. It is Newton mm. Okay. Now this M you have calculated. Then this MR, cracking moment. M is total bending moment. MR is cracking moment. M indicates moment. This is total bending moment. This is total cracking moment. Means after the crack appears in the beam, what will be the moment? So cracking moment is given by MR is equal to FCR into IGR divided by YT. So to find out this MR, we are going to use this formula. So all these formulas will be there in IS code book. Okay, don't necessary to buy hat. You have to refer the IS 456 2000. So this cracking moment will be found by using this formula, that is FCR into IGR divided by YT. So in the above equation, okay, FCR, how will find FCR? FCR is tensile strength of concrete. Okay, FCR will be tensile strength of concrete, that is equal to 0.7 into root FCK. Okay, this will be 0.7 into root FCK. FCK is characteristic strength of concrete, that is M20 means 20. So from this, FCR is equal to 3.105 Newton per mm square. Tensile strength or tensile stress will be 3.105 Newton per mm square, that is FCR. Then what is IGR? So IGR is moment of inertia of gross section. This is moment of inertia of, okay, total section. So this is moment of inertia of IGR. Okay, this IGR is equal to moment of inertia of gross section is given by, so if the beam is rectangular beam means it is BDQ by 12. So moment of inertia of rectangular section, cracked section, it is BDQ by 12. B capital D cube by 12 for rectangular beams. So substitute IGR is equal to B is 3000, that is okay, 300 mm. B is 300 mm. Capital D 650 cube, BD cube by 12. So we'll get 6865.62 into 10 to the power of 6 mm raised to 4 moment of inertia of the gross section, mm raised to 4. This is BD cube by 12. So then again in this formula we have found out FCR, we have found out IGR, and we need to find out YT. YT is D by 2, capital D by 2. Total depth of the beam divided by 2, that is 650 divided by 2, that is 325 mm. So substitute this value, therefore cracking moment MR is equal to FCR into IGR divided by YT. Okay, substitute all the values, we'll get MR is equal to, that is cracking moment is equal to 66.132 into 10 to the power of 6 Newton mm, or 66.132 kilonewton meter. This is cracking moment. Okay, so we have found out MR, we have found out M. Okay, right? So we need to find out this IR. Okay, that is moment of inertia of cracked section. Okay, so again go to the equation number 1. that is see here. See this, from this equation IR is equal to bx cube by 3 plus mast into d minus x square. Using this moment of inertia of cracked section will be found out. Okay, so moment of inertia of cracked section IR is equal to bx cube by 3 plus mast into d minus x square. So using this we can find out IR. So where m is the modular ratio. Again here, what is m? M is the modular ratio, and which will be Young's modulus of steel, capital ES divided by EC. Steel divided by concrete. Young's modulus of steel divided by concrete. So Young's modulus of steel, ES, it is fixed. For steel it is a 2 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square. Okay, for any kind of steel. So Young's modulus of steel will be 2 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square, and EC will be already we have calculated. Okay, see here EC 5000 root FCK. So substitute 2 into 10 raised to 5 divided by 22360.68. So m will going to get modular ratio m is equal to 8.944. It is a ratio. M is equal to 8.944. Young's modulus of steel divided by Young's modulus of concrete. Now what is x now here? X is the neutral axis, depth from the top. Okay, so how this x will be found out? Again see equation 1, already we have seen bx square by 2, that is equal to mast into d minus x, that is area. B into, okay, b into x by 2, concrete area, that is equal to, okay, moment of steel, m into ast into d minus x. So from this we can find out x. Substitute b 300 x square divided by 2, m you have calculated, ast you have calculated, d small d 600 minus x. So this is 150, 300 divided by 2, 150 x square, and this term. Simplify this. So finally we are going to get the equation like this: x square plus 56.198x 56.198x minus 33718.9 equal to 0. So observe this. This is the equation known as quadratic equation. X square, x and constant. So it is in the form of ax square. Here it is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So the solution for this quadratic equation will be what? So x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Okay, this is the solution for quadratic equation. So write down the terms here. What is a? Ax square. A, nothing is there means it is 1. So a is 1, ax square. A is 1, bx. What is b now? With sign you have to write b plus 56.198, and c, this is c is minus 33718.9. So substitute here in this. So minus b minus 556.198 plus or minus square root of b square 56.198 square minus 4 a is 1, c is minus. So this minus becomes plus divided by 2a1. So after this solve this, we'll get the neutral axis depth x is equal to 157.66 mm. Or directly, once if you get this equation, okay, so from your calculator directly you can substitute these values. So we'll get the x value without solving this equation. Just substitute these three values, we'll get the x is equal to 157.66 mm. So this is x. Now you can calculate moment of inertia of this cracked section. See here, IR is equal to bx cube by 3 plus mast d minus x square. So IR is equal to bx cube divided by 3 plus mast into d minus x whole square. So calculate this moment, cracking moment of inertia IR equal to 2041.26 into 10 to the power of 6 mm raised to 4. This will be IR. Now similarly we can find out the lever arm. Lever arm equal to what? See, this is the, go to this, see here, there are two forces, tensile force T, compressive force C. So the distance between these two. Now see, what is this now? Okay, this is, so from this it is 1/3, from this it is 2/3. Okay, so now what is the distance between these two now? The total is D, from here to here D, small d. So small d minus 1/3 of x. Okay, so this is 1/3 of x. So effective depth small d minus 1/3 of x, this x will give this distance. Okay, that will be found out. See here, so lever arm Z equal to D minus 1/3 of x. So Z is equal to 600 minus 1/3. 1/3 of x, that is 157.66 divided by 3. So from this we'll get Z is equal to 547.45 mm. Okay, now for rectangular beam, BW by B, that term will be always 1. Now therefore finally we'll get this equation. So this, to find out this equation, all things need to be calculated. So everything is calculated now here. So use this equation. So effective moment of inertia of the section, okay, effective moment of inertia of the beam is equal to cracking moment IR divided by 1.2 minus MR divided by M into Z by D into 1 minus X by D into BW by B. So this term for rectangular beam, this term is always 1. So except this one, substitute all the values. So IR, that is the cracking moment of inertia, divided by 1.2 minus MR, cracking moment, divided by total bending moment into lever arm Z divided by effective depth, 1 minus neutral axis depth divided by effective depth. So this will be 1. So substitute all these values, we'll get effective moment of inertia 3297.8 into 10 to the power of 6 mm raised to 4. This is I, total effective moment of inertia of the beam. Now last what we have to calculate, and as per the code IS 4562000, this effective I effective, okay, I effective should be greater than IR. I effective should be greater than IR, cracking moment, and this I effective should be less than gross moment of inertia. There are three moment of inertia now: total effective moment of inertia, then moment of inertia of the cracking section, then moment of inertia of gross section. So this I effective should be greater than IR and less than IGR. IR we have already calculated, just check, 2041.26 into 10 to 6. This I effective 3297.8 into 10 to the power of 6, and this IGR BDQ by 12 6865 this. Now see, this is greater than this and this I effective is less than this. Okay, then fine. Therefore now what is the maximum short term deflection? Last in the first, okay, we have written this formula: short term deflection is equal to 5WL raised to 4 divided by 384 EI. So here in this equation, E is EC, Young's modulus of concrete, and I is I effective. This I effective will be substituted. So 5 by 384 into W, total UDL, into L, span 5. Okay. Sorry, this L is total UDL, this W is total UDL, that is 24.5 kilonewton per meter it is. 24.5 kilonewton per meter. So kilonewton to newton multiply 1000 divided by meter to millimeter, again it is 1000. So 24.5 into 1000 divided by 1000. So this will be 24.5 Newton per mm now. Into span. Span is 5 meter means 5000 raised to 4. So all will be substituted in Newton and millimeters. Okay. So 5000 mm raised to 4 divided by 5 by 384 into EC 2236 that is Young's modulus of concrete, already we have calculated in the beginning. Then effective moment of inertia, this moment of inertia will be this. So the total deflection, that is short term deflection, will be 2.7 mm. Means because of the UDL, the beam will going to deflect how much? 2.70 mm. This is called short term deflection. Okay. So this is the way we have to calculate. So remember these formulas. Okay. So see here. So if it is a simply supported beam with UDL, okay, so this formula will be used. So in this, first we have to calculate EC, then we have to find out I. Okay, so EC will be found out using this equation, then I will be found out using this equation. So I will be found out again to find out these terms first. IR, cracking moment of inertia, cracking moment, bending moment, total bending moment, lever arm, effective depth, neutral axis depth, and this term will be 1. So to calculate these, we have gone through this procedure. So MR will be found out using this formula. Okay. Then IR, IGR, BDQ by 12, then YT D by 2. So MR will be found out this. IR will be using this equation. IR will be found out. So again in this, first find out neutral axis depth, and M is equal to modular ratio ES by EC. So here we have found out the neutral axis depth. Then IR you can find out. Okay. Lever arm, this will be the lever arm. Okay. And then finally we will calculate I effective. So once if you calculate I effective, again go back to this formula, substitute EI. E means EC, I means this I effective. Okay. So we'll get short-term deflection. So once again I request all of you solve this problem. Again, if any doubts are there, okay, so let me know. Okay. So in the next session we'll come up with another problem. Thank you very much for attending this session. Thank you.